Hello. So today is Sunday, and welcome. Basically, I was thinking today how there's a lot of my friends that might not go to church, or they might have a ton of spiritual questions. Talking to some friends, there's a lot of people who don't know much about God, or have, just some questions during this difficult time about if God is real, how would he allow this to happen, right? Like, why does there have to be evil in the world if God is real? So I'm open to answering all your questions. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to be doing these lives, every couple of days. So if you send me a question through DM, I'll be happy to answer it. But the way it basically works is that God is light, he's love, he's good, he's health, he's life, he's all these things, right? And so then we think, well, if God is good, how can it be possible that all these evil things are happening, right? And here's an example that I like to tell my friends. So imagine you are in the presence of God, and God is light, and he's good, and he's life, and he's all these things. He gives you something called free will. Free will means that you're able to say no or yes. And the reason why you have free will is because love needs free will. If you don't know what that means, sometimes I think as guys, we've all asked girls out and they simply say no. And as girls, sometimes, they'll like fall in love with a guy or whatever, and the guy simply says no. It's called free will. We cannot force love. We can only receive it and give it. It's the same way in our spirituality with God. It's all about a relationship. It's not about a building. It's not about a religion. It's about a relationship with your creator. So you're with God, light, love, all these things, right? What happens the moment you say no to light? What has to exist? Darkness. When you say no to life, what has to exist? Death. No to good, evil. You see? So God is not the author of evil. He didn't create any of these things. We created it. We've messed up the environment. There's even theories that this might have been a man-made virus. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's been generations where both you and I have made mistakes. And so a lot of times when things don't go well in our life, we like to blame God or say, hey, God cannot exist because how could this have happened? But the truth is, you and I happened. I'm speaking to a lot of people right now. You've made mistakes, I've made mistakes, and our parents have made mistakes, grandparents, and so on and so forth. And so this is actually not like God mad at humanity. He's not punishing us. Actually, it says in the Bible that even out of difficult circumstances, God can bring good out of it. It's one of his promises. It says, all things work together for the good of those of us who love God, according to his plans and purposes. Even if you look at the world around you, there's a lot of selfishness. For example, in Syria, they bombed and they've killed millions of people, and most people didn't care. In the United States, they have children of immigrants in cages, and most people didn't care. There's people stuck in sex trafficking. People don't care. We burn the trees in Brazil. We pollute the ocean. It's just a selfish world in general. And so I think that collectively, it's almost like we are all in one big timeout. We're one organism. We're all connected. The good things that you create affect me. The bad things that you might do affect me, and vice versa. We're all one organism. So I just think it's really important to remember that every difficult challenge that we face individually and collectively is an opportunity to be better. They say that when you get squeezed, whatever you have inside of you is what comes out. So what is coming out of you right now? If it's fear, if it's panic, people have different dysfunctions. Some people can be alcoholics or addicted to pornography or overeating. I think, and I would invite everybody who's watching this to make it a point to be the best version of yourself during these days. Tomorrow is Monday. A lot of people are not going to go to work, but it is the start of a fresh week. So what can you do to make yourself better this week? Start reading a book, start a diet, start an exercise routine, maybe even just take some time now and write people that have helped you in your life and just thank them, just for no reason, because life is short. Our time here is not guaranteed. There's a lot of people who are suffering, and I think the best way to help them is to pray for them, to give them hope. And even individually, you have access to God as much as I do. You might have your doubts, you might not believe in God, but God believes in you. And this is a great time to simply ask him, just you close your door and you just talk to God. You ask him, God, if you're there, do you love me? Like, can you give me peace? Like, can you show me what your name is? Please help me through this process. And I'm sure he's going to answer you the way he's answered me. So I want to thank you so much for watching. May you have a blessed Sunday. If you watch this and it's not live, you're always free to send me a message through DM. There's a ton of really great videos, awesome books that have helped me on my own faith journey. So wherever your faith journey is leading you, I just pray that it makes you better, that you remember that at the end of the day, we're all here to love.